Diesel showing off for the camera. Look. He's all excited about doing this Land Rover chassis. Right, welcome back to the channel. And like I say, there's Diesel, he's showing off a little bit. And we've got Aaron in today. We're gonna change the chassis on this 90. It's all nice and rotted away, so we're gonna get this done. Got a galvanised chassis turned up for it. I got a couple of little bits we're gonna do right at the same time. So we'll just show you what bits are underneath it had all rotted away and what we found. And then we're gonna show you how we change the chassis on one of these. So I'll just show you a bit of the rotten bits on it. It's had a nice little repair done here at some point. And then it's rotted through on the back bumper there. Rotted through here. And you can see where it's been repaired above there as well before. That's probably why it's rotted away here. Same on this side, up there. If you can't see it very well on the camera. And then as we come back to the front, it had a power steering box fault. So when we took the power steering box off, notice it got a hole here. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like bulged here. And the same on this side here, where it looks like it's been in a bit of a bump at some point and it's twisted the chassis down. But it's rotted through at the front behind the bumper anyway. And the same on that side. Now you probably could repair it all, but it's a fairly sort of tidy Land Rover as it is. So I think we sort of spoke to the customer and come to the decision it'd be better to put a nice galvanised chassis underneath it, and it just tidy it up, and you know, hopefully you ain't gonna have no problems with rust for a good while anyway. So
it might last another 30 years.
It might last another 30 years, you never know. It's doing pretty well for 30-year-old, isn't it, to be fair to it. So she's starting to look a little bit sorry for herself. Got all the wheels off, got front bumper off. It's having a new front bumper at some point. Got a new one. Took the grill off so I can undo like this is the supports down here. These that go up under there. Just started taking the bolts out from under the wheel arch liner here. And then we just found a nice big hole all the way through the outrigger. You can see all the way through. Want to see finger in there? So, I mean, I'm not surprised if we find a few more bits like that yet. Right, we're ready to lift the body off. Just show you what we've undone quick before we lift it. So we've undone all these along the back, and undone the fuel fillet neck under there. We've got the big bolt that runs through this chassis leg here. There's a big bolt that runs through there. There's a couple little brackets down here. I'll just release the front a little bit on the front end there, just to help everything move. We've already got the steering box and stuff off this one anyway because it's having a new steering box. So undone that, throttle cable, clutch cable, undone the back of the fuel filter and a couple of wires off there. The heater matrix pipes off there, and we've taken the back of the downpipe off the turbo just to give it a bit of room as she goes down there. We'll just need to move that downpipe a little bit in a minute, but she's pretty well much ready to come off. So we'll set you up on the tripod and lift it up and hope it all works out quite well. Or if not, we'll have it on video and it'll be funny either way. So, right. Fucking got him there, working hard, look, didn't we? Yeah. Right, we got the chassis in, and there's a new one, all nice and shiny. Got it set up on the ramp, ready to go. I put some big clamps on, just hold it on the ramp. It's not exactly heavy, but it's heavy enough if it fell on you, it's gonna hurt. So just put them there and stop it falling. So yeah. There's the old one. So you can see where she's locked, where it's gone rotten there, look, gone through there, all the way through. These back riggers here, these are all had it, I mean that just like near enough falling off on its own. Same on the back here, when you didn't see a lot of that when the body was on. Got some nice big,
wasn't it, as well?
Painted?
It was painted black at that back.
Yeah, it's gone through there, and like I said before, you could probably repair it, but I think for the amount of time it'd take, and then chances are in like a couple of years it'd end up being rotten somewhere else, you're going to end up repairing it again. So at least this way, with a nice shiny Golf one, I mean, if you think that chassis, what, 31 years old, then that one's gonna withstand another 31 years old, so it's doing pretty well, really. Next job is, once Aaron stopped messing about, is we're gonna lift the engine off out of the way and put that out of the way for now, because it's just a big heavy lump in the way. And then we're gonna start and get this on upon some axle stands and get the shaft axles off it and the tow bar, and that's about it. That's all that's left, really. Oh, and a fuel tank that's full of fuel, which is always helpful. Diesel's had enough, he wants to go home, but yeah, we'll crack on, do a little bit more. There's the engine off and the gearbox. They're pretty easy to get off, especially when it's like this. There's only the four of these 17mm nuts hold on the what they called engine mount. Just undo those, lift it up. That's it, really. Obviously, you got power steering pipes, but I left pretty well much everything on the engine in one thing there, so that was pretty straightforward. I thought I'd just show you as well because I forgot to show you, and I was just going through the video before and I forgot to say 13mm here, and these ones here, they go straight through under the, I don't know if I ain't got a light, but they just go straight under here on both sides, and the ones at the back when you lift the body off. So that's that. The other thing I've done, I painted the chassis. Customer didn't want it being all shiny underneath. Plus, I think it looks a little bit better being black. Just covered it in like a stone chip guard stuff, so it'll dry quite hard. Yeah, that's about it really. So next job is I'm going to pull the chassis outside. I'm going to get a jet wash on it, give it all a good around everywhere where we're going to have to undo the axles and stuff off. A good jet washing, you know, sort of round all around these top trumpets here, and give the axles a good clean off, and around the shocks and everything before it all goes back on a nice clean chassis. So try and make it look a little bit better. Might even, I think we're going to paint the axles and stuff a bit, so we've got some paint for those. Also we've got some poly bushes as well, suspension poly bushes. We're going to fit all in while we've got everything off, because it sort of makes a bit of sense to do it now while we can. So yeah. She's had a little bit of a wash off. It's a little bit wet, but it's shown up a lot more rotten places in there, and along the front somewhere. Did I see down here? See in there? There's quite a few little places where it's shown that it's actually started to rot through quite bad now. It's had a good jet washing off. So I've just pulled the back wheels off, taken the shocks off because I need to take these mounts off for the top of the shock. I've got the other side off already, and I'll show you a nice big hole that's hiding behind there. Look, all rotted away. So I took it off. Oh, this rust here, look, that was like sort of stuck like that. It all just fell off, and it's left them big holes there. Look. And you can see it's all on the back end where it's had a bit of repair done, and it's right through there, like. So it's definitely worth changing. So I'm just going to get that other side mount taken off and clean them all up, get all the rust off them, give them a paint before we put them on the new one. Going to get some new shocks ordered for it as well, because now didn't think they were too bad. They felt alright down the road, but now I've got them off and I had a bit of a feel of them. They yeah, they're not really doing a lot, to be honest. So I'm going to get them ordered in a minute. But yeah, rear axle off. Dead easy to get them off, to be fair to them. Once you've got the shocks off, you undo these here. They sit on the other side of there, like that. There's a big nut in the middle, like 3 17mm nuts. They slide off here, just lift the chassis up, and if you've got the wheels on, it just rolls straight out the back. Got the front one to pull it off in the morning now. The diesel's ready to go home, so we'll just pull all that off, and then I'm going to take them back outside again and give them all a good jet washing off. Got some paint coming, give them all paint, and while I've got it off, change the bushes in here, same on that side. I think we've got bushes for up in the A-arm, and we've got a new ball joint coming for in there. Also got new bushes for in there. Same on those trailing arms. I can't remember, on the C-arm or whatever you want to call it. New bushes for going in there. All new shock bushes come in. Got all new, we've got new springs come in, shocks come in. Trumpet. So it'll be like new. Starting to look pretty good on there though. We've started putting a few bits on, got the reconned box back on, and started putting the brake lines back in, drilling all the little holes out for all the little clips, and drilling and putting the new captives in. I don't know if you can see, but we painted them in, stop them rusting. I think now once them axles get put back on, it'll start and come back together pretty quick. Really, it's just all sort of messing around, painting little bits. You know what? We've got the gearbox mount that we've had off here and get them all painted up, and these little brackets that hold the body on at the top, painting all them. It's just little bits seem to sort of take forever when you're doing it. It's not a pain in the bum because it needs to be done, but it's just like you feel as though you're not getting anywhere sometimes. But it's not like taking an axle on and off. It's like, ooh, you've done something. So, right, I'm going home. We'll carry on tomorrow. Just gonna get the front axle out from underneath there. All I've done is undone the top of the shocks out of the trumpets. Undone the big 20mm nut off the back of here and taken that bush out, so hopefully that'll slide out of the way. What else have we undone? Brake lines off there, and taking the panhard bar off. There's a bracket just down there on the floor ready to go on there, and I'm hoping I'll just lift her up now with a forklift and it should just sort of walk out, hopefully. So I'll put you up, set you up over there, and I'll lift her up, and yeah. This brake's stuck on a little bit. Should want to turn, but she don't want to turn. We'll have a look at that. But yeah, there she goes. Don't think there's anything left on it really now that we need to swap, so I'm going to just get the crane on the forklift and we'll get this out of here, I think, and then all the fun bits of putting everything back on. It was like Christmas this morning. All new shocks, springs, bushes, fuel tank in here with a fitting kit. The fitting kit down there. What else have we got? Exhaust. Big ball joint thing for the back axle. All these little bits for this that sit on the suspension, all new nuts and bolts. What else do we have? New trumpets, shock towers, whatever you want to call them. There's the axles all off, ready to give a bit of a paint in a bit. A bit cleaned up. Aaron's there fucking around still. Got a new top mounts for the rear shocks. There's the radius arms. Painted them up a bit, made them look a bit nicer. Put new bushes in there. Haven't got new bolts, didn't see the point. Well, that's about it, isn't it? We're starting to get there. So, just going to get that front axle painted, and then I'm going to start put everything back together on the front axle and get that back under the chassis. All I'm waiting for these mounts on here. They're ordered, they're coming, they should be here tomorrow hopefully. Get them welded on and give that a paint. Getting there slowly. Look at him fucking around over there. So, just replacing the spring mounts on this rear axle. Got new ones of these. £7 or £7.50. It's like, I couldn't make it for that. So, show you how about I go do it. What I did was start with, levelled, got the axle set up level on an axle stand and some bits under there just to level it off, so when that's on there it's level, on there like that, it's level. And then what I did, get measure from in there, the back of there, put that flush on there, sorry, and then go for off the centre of the holes and mark it. These 18 centimetres to the centre of the hole, so then it'll look like this one. It's same on both sides to the centres, 18 centimetre, 180mm to the centre of the hole. And like I say, we just put that on there, level it, clamp it on, full send with a welder. With the mount off now, so you can see where the one side of it was, where I've cut it off. So cut it off as much as you can, leave a little bit on where the weld is, and then what I like to do is use these flat discs, or limiting discs, whatever you want to call them, and then slowly take it back down to the axle, rather than, because you can go too mad, we don't want to cut into the axle. All we want to do is take the weld off the top of the axle, if that sort of makes any sense. So I find that if you use a flat disc, you're not going to go too aggressive too quickly. You can sort of take your time and work it down and round. So all we wanted to do is sort of get it so that's going to fit in nice and flush. And like I say, don't want to take any strength out of the axle if we can help it. Right, so there's a new one set up. Just clamped it on, so she's off the inside of there to the centre of the hole, 180mm. Put level on. Thin the bubbles. Check the axle's not moved, make sure it's the same level as the other side. Thin the bubbles that side. So that's it. So all I'm going to do is just put a little tack on the inside of there and on the inside of that one, before we do a full run all the way around. Just weld it on, clean them up a bit, and chuck some nice paint on there and let them dry, and build it back up and get it back under there, I suppose.
Look. Such a big man.
Right, been a bit busy over the last couple of days. I haven't really had time to record as much as the Land Rover chassis as I liked. I've just had a lot going on, and the last thing I've been thinking about is recording this, but show you a little progress. Chassis back underneath it. I was going to say, there's not a lot else we need to sort of say about putting the chassis underneath it. Obviously it's a case of put the axles on, fuel tank back on, wheel it back underneath the body. All I did is put the wheels on, and then we've got the little wheel skates that we've got down here. On the wheel skates, just sort of helps. Put that back. Just sort of helps when you want to sort of like move the bot. You know, the body can't move because it's on the ramp, but you can move the axle side to side, forward, back, twist it, whatever you want to do. You can't do that with the wheels on, you can't do it when it's on axle stand, so that just makes life a little bit easier. Yeah, that's about it really. You could do 2 pairs of eyes when you're dropping it down. Yeah, I've got some nice little, all new bolts going in here, look. All nice and shiny. I can't think of anything at the moment. Squeeze around that. Oh. New springs, new shocks. Go on the other side, a bit lighter around here. New springs, shocks. Same on the back. Let's say on bushes and all sorts of stuff gone into it. Loads of new shiny bits. Give me like a brand new Land Rover, I think. So yeah, that's progress so far. Do a bit more tomorrow. So yeah, that's progress, the Land Rover so far. I'll try and do a bit more recording of what we're doing tomorrow. Right. There she is. Starting to look like a Land Rover again. Front bumper on. Everything in the wheel arch is all tightened up. Just got a brake line sorted out yet. Exhaust going on. Aaron put that on. Done a lovely job. We're going to get the props going back on under here. We've got all the suspensions tidied up and tightened. Bit of wiring to sort out yet, I think. What else have we got to do? Oh, so I'll back these in there. Attach that to there before you, well, put them in there loose and then tighten them up. Tighten it into there and then tighten this side down. What else have we got to do? I don't know, I can't even remember anymore. I've got a list somewhere, I've been going through a list of doing stuff, but she's got some sort of steering back as well, which is always good. After recon box on there and stuff. I'm going to pull the brakes apart as well and get them all stripped down, clean up, because it's been stood for a while, so that's not going to help them. Get in there. We're getting there. We're finally getting somewhere. Just got the mud flaps on the floor, look. Give them a quick clean up and a bit of a paint, just make them look a bit better. I've got the grill to go back on, but I'm not fitting that just yet, because if you're up there, where these bolts go in, it's for where the bonnet drops into, and I might have to adjust it left or right a little bit, I'm not sure yet, so I just want to leave the grill off till the bonnet's back on. Got to bleed the brakes, got to bleed the clutch and yeah, to be fair, there's not much more than that at the moment, so I'm going to mess around over there, look. Right, there she is. It's all done. Back on the ground, been for a road test. She's all good. Definitely worth doing. Like I say, it's a really tidy one anyway. So it's like, why not do it? It's gonna hopefully last a good while again. So it's quite enjoyable doing as well. That's the main thing. I quite like doing them. You get a bit fiddly in places, but yeah. If there's anything you want to know, anything you want to ask, drop us a little comment, and hope it helps you, this video, and Hope you enjoyed. We'll give us a little subscribe and a like if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
It would look a little bit tacky if it's got a nice shiny chassis. Shiny chassis, that's a swing twister. And an old exhaust, so